Hey, what's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop, and today I want to share with y'all a very tactical game. It's this is crazy. This is actually my first time actually seeing this game. I like to look at games back in the day and everything like real classics. That's what I was doing, and I came across this was a game in 1995. Um, the person I was playing on white pieces was but he goes by the name of Roberto Cifuentes-Parada, and the black player was Vadim Zvjaginsev. And Zvjaginsev, or I'm gonna just say Zadim because I can never get that last name right. I hope I'm saying it right. But Zadim, who was playing black, he's a Russian chess grandmaster, and he actually won a gold medal for the Russian team championship, as well as the chess Olympiad in 1998. So this is he's a very strong grandmaster. Without further ado, we're just gonna get started, man. This is crazy, man. A lot of y'all probably know this game, but I'm gonna just share with y'all. D4. This is what Roberto play. D4. E6. Knight F3. D5. C4. Knight F6. Knight C3. C6. E3. And Knight BD7. All right. So um, y'all know this, man. Like I see a lot of grandmasters play a lot of these openings and everything. This is something that I don't play at all, but obviously they do. B6, Bishop B2, Bishop B7, uh, Castles, Bishop B7. Developing. Rook D1. Gotta control the D file, as y'all know, which is what Roberto was doing. He castles. E4. Now Black has the option of whether to capture on E4 or D capture C4, which way he want to go. So D captures E4 is what Vadim played, which is what I actually prefer. Probably only because of, you know, maybe he might want to go C5 to get the light square. I mean, just to let the light square bishop be more active once he get this on C5 in. That's my thinking. Knight catches E4, Queen C7. Uh, Knight C3, C5, like I told y'all before, C5, make this light square bishop active. That, like I told y'all. D5, like I said, D5, because he know this light square bishop is pretty active and everything, so he would like to close that up as much as possible, which is Roberto what he's trying to do. But E catches D5, C catches D5, and then A6. And this is to prevent the knight from going to knight B5 because the whole threat was, um, like for instance, I want to share what the threat was. If for some reason he plays something like this, his threat was actually knight B5, and then if something like Queen D8, then he does have this nice D6 move, and then he could potentially go Bishop F4 to cover that D6 pawn, and White will seem to have an advantage over that. So that's what it could have looked like, but he prevented that by going A6. All right, so Knight H4, which is this beautiful Knight F5 square, and it's crazy, y'all, cause I was just looking at a video yesterday, last night, and Plaskett, Grandmaster Plaskett, he talks about on the F5 square. He said this is like the most important square um that White can get. You can get the F5 square, you could do damage, and it was like a certain principle that Kaspara said to Plaskett or whatever, and Plaskett actually talked about it in one of his videos and everything. And F5 is what you want. So, and this is what like the Russians was teaching about, and during Kasparov time, um, that's what they was talking about. So, I'm telling you, y'all look at a Russian chess game, and if you ever see a game like similar like to this or whatever, they always talk about this F5 square, and if you can get your piece to a F5 square, like you're golden. So I mean, it was more to it. It was more theory. It was more it was principle and theory all at the same time. It's crazy though. I don't have the full quote unquote of what Kasparov was saying. I wish I would have wrote that down though. But they talked about this like so highly. Like if you get this F5 square, like you're golden. But yeah, knight H4, which is the point, and obviously I'm pretty sure he knew about this theory, this principle about this F5 square. So Vadim actually goes G6 to prevent him from going to F5. And then Bishop A6 is what happened. He goes Bishop A6, and then Rook after E8. Move that Rook out the way. Queen D2. And all White's trying to do is he's just trying to create weaknesses on the king side and somehow open them up somehow, right? Bishop D6, as you see, Black is threatening Bishop captures H2. That's what he's doing, but it's more to it than just Bishop captures H2. Grandmasters don't think of just one move lines; like they think of other stuff. G3 is played. B5, creating space on the queen side, maybe hitting B4. Bishop F3, and of course, like I just said before, in B4, creating space. Which is actually very good. And the reason why this is such a good move is because this is another thing y'all gotta look at. When y'all look at like, when y'all fighting for the center and things like that, always keep that in mind. Fighting for the center, as you can see, White is defending this pawn 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whereas this pawn is only being um attacked twice, bishop and a knight, pretty much. But if you can get a less defender on a piece, that would be awesome, right? But knight e2 is played, and then knight e4. Now, y'all, why is knight e4 such a good move? Knight e4 is such a good move because the thing is, he will have light square weaknesses, for instance. And I just really want y'all to get this because in a position like this, you do not want to give away this light square bishop. You do not. For instance, if bishop catches e4 and rook catches e4, now Black may have something like knight f6, and then he's hitting this pawn on d5, and now White's king side will be weak because of the light squares. He'll have light square weaknesses and everything, which is not what White wants. So that's why he wants to keep this bishop on here. So that's why after knight e4, queen c2 is played. Another move that I was looking at was knight e5. Because I was looking at it, I was like, why not knight e5? Wouldn't knight e5 would be great? And 95 would be great. It's just that I think he was more provoking him to take this knight on e4 or things like that. But I think Zadim had a lot of other things in his mind as well. But if knight e5, which is still a good move, bishop g2, and actually, to be honest with you, the engine even said knight e5 was the best move. This is something that I was just thinking of, like when I analyze. What I like to do is I like to analyze myself first, and before I even use the engine, I like to analyze the stuff myself and see my best move, see what I come up with, and that's what I did. So when I first saw this, I immediately thought, 95. And the reason why I said 95 because it wasn't just 95 chasing the bishop away, but I also thought about creating space on queen side and everything. So this is something that I was thinking about, and then I'm also thinking about, you know, um, the center and things like that. I was looking at stuff like knight g4, hitting this dark square bishop, and then maybe bishop c5 hitting bishop f2. So that was something that I was thinking of. That's why it would led me to do knight e5. So this is stuff that I was thinking of in my mind. But anyway, after knight e4, queen c2 is played. Um, now he's threatening to take this knight. All right, so knight d f6. He defends this knight with his other knight. Knight g2 is played, and then queen d7, knight e3. Putting more on defense on the d5 pawn. Rook a d8, bishop g2, and then y'all, this is where the fun begins, man. I'm telling y'all, man, this is where the fun begins, like for real. This guy goes knight catches f2. Wow. Knight catches f2. King catches f2. Then rook catches e3. Like, come on, rook catches e3. And then bishop catches e3. Now look at this, y'all. When I was looking, right? I was looking at this position. Because of course obviously this is what this his opponent played. Bishop catches e3, and then obviously knight g4 is played. You know, king f3, knight catches h2, knight g4, king f3 again, and queen e6. So I was thinking about this. Let's go back. This is what I was thinking about, y'all. Oh, I really gotta go back. All right, here we go. All right, so after this rook catches e3 move, I realized that White probably could have been even more okay and probably could have made the game longer if he actually would have took with the king. And like I said, I like to analyze stuff by myself and see like what I come up with and things like that. But this is something that I like when I kept looking at this game. Um, about this is the part that I really like. I really start analyzing this after king captures e3. I'm like, okay. So I was pretty sure, like, okay, knight g4 is something that he would play. Then king d2, and then I think white would be kind of okay here. Even after knight captures a6. You know, even though I still think white has some problems, but you know, I don't know, like. Now I mentioned now this is my move. Now my move is the move that I chose was King C1. I chose King C1, right? So this is what I was thinking. King C1, Rook E8. You gotta go Rook E8. Control the E file, right? And then maybe Knight F4. You wanna pretty much provoking him to take that dark square bishop. The computer actually says this is the best move, Knight F4. C4 is played. Um I chose A3, in which the computer actually said that was the only best move, A3. And the only reason why I chose the whole reason why I personally chose A3 was hopefully that if he takes the pawn, at least I whether he takes the pawn or not, I could try to like maybe get the king over, like just to get in some safe space or whatever. And if he does take, then I can have an open B file once B captures A3. If this B pawn decides to take on A3, I could take with the B pawn. So that was something that I was thinking in my mind, like logic, like using common sense. But he goes B3. I think after B3, man, I think Black has a lot of compensation for what he's doing because he's getting into me. So after Queen D2, that was my choice. Queen F5, and then I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was kind of stuck in this position. Just thinking like what to do. Uh, oh man, thank you, Rachel. Um, I was thinking that maybe Bishop H3. This was a engine choice. Bishop catches F4. Bishop catches F5, and then Bishop catches D2. Rook catches D2. Knight catches F5. King C3. Knight D6. King B4. And then H5, and then King C5, and then Rook D8. I think Black is actually okay in this position. I think Black is actually okay. I think White. I think there's fighting chances. In my opinion, I think there's fighting chances, and the only reason why I may say that White has a slight advantage is only because his king is actually really active, and he is uh it's really hard to kind of say, to be honest with y'all. But I would say White has a slight advantage. To me, I think. It's kind of. I mean, with Black having these pass pawns and everything, I mean his position will look a lot better than once we finish this game. The other option I was looking at was or I went with what the computer was doing, Rook AC1. That's what they was saying. So knight G4, hitting on knight F2. I was seeing that. H3, bishop captures D5. Bishop captures on D5, then bishop captures on G3. Uh, and obviously you don't want to go knight captures G3 because of queen captures on D5. That's going to look very, very ugly. So you don't want to do that. Queen D3, knight F2, forking the rook and the queen. Bishop captures S7, king captures, queen captures, rook captures D7 check. King C2, rook captures D1, rook captures D1, knight captures D1, knight captures G3, and then knight F2. And if you can look at this position right now, you'll see that black has a winning endgame. As you see, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and white only has 3 pawns. And the fact that the pawns are so active is so far up into the ranks and everything, black should actually win this game easily. Um, Even if he does, crazy part is white really don't have any too much knight moves to even make. He only got like maybe knight F1 and knight E2. That's really about it. He don't really have any other moves to go to. So I think black will win this in game. All right, so let's finish this game. Bishop captures E3, right? Knight G4 check. King F3. Knight captures H2 check. King F2. Knight G4. King F3. And then Queen E6. As you can see, he's threatening Queen captures E3. Bishop F4 is played. And then, oh my goodness, y'all. Rook E8. Queen C4. Then Queen E3 check. Yo, guys, I'm telling y'all, this queen sacrifice is like bananas, man. This is like crazy as hell, man. I'm telling you. Look at this, y'all. Bishop catches E3, rook catches E3 check. Notice that the king can't even go king F2 because his knight is here, and he can't go F4 because the bishop is here. So he's forced to actually take this knight. So king catches G4, bishop C8 check, y'all. Look at this. He's controlling all of this. Can't go to none of this area. He has to go up towards the enemy post. King G5. H6 check. Getting him deeper into the king side. Black's king side. King captures H6. Rook E5. And Roberto resign. Y'all, you know why he resigned? There is no way that he could stop Bishop F8 checkmate. No way he could stop that at all. This is like crazy, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this game. I'ma definitely post the whole annotations, in the description box. Y'all can check it out on your own. But I thought this was a crazy, crazy game, man. Very, very crazy. Especially that queen sacrifice. Crazy, y'all. So if y'all like this video, please like, please share, please comment. Let me know what y'all think. And also, y'all, don't forget to subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.